Alright, now we do, folks. Your bull. Marcus on Thursday, 5 numbers after the name. I teased it in yesterday's episode. I think it's the first Wasteland Wednesday. I'd have to go back to the bank, but the point of Wasteland Wednesday is I win the damn game. So I think this is by far the first Wasteland Wednesday I'm posting where my team does not win this game. Spoiler alert. Like, that doesn't happen. What is not spoiled, or I guess is spoiled maybe by the title, is the fact that we put up 90 plus kills, dog. That's why this footage exists, man. Because contrary to popular belief over here, your boy still be putting in that work, even though the rest of the team get clapped. Just before I even get into like what happens in this game and kind of just my feelings over Nuketown overall in this, which I've kind of talked about a little bit, and also I want to spend a little time on the Milano itself, the weapon of choice for this occasion, the weapon du jour. I just want to talk a little bit about kind of the skill-based matchmaking and all that jazz or whatever. I've always historically I could care less about skill-based matchmaking. I do put a priority on the connection though. That to me is always the most important. So if you find me with some trash dudes, but the connection is great, or have some like amazing guys that are on my level, the connection's doo-doo, obviously I prefer to go with the trash guys. Like I don't. The connection is first and foremost for me. Whatever their talent level is like second. But I also don't really care if they're good. Like I almost prefer if they're good. I am not really interested in playing with like people who are, you know, suck, like for lack of a better term. Like I'm good with playing with like the elite of the elites. Just make sure that the connection's stable. That's kind of the only like real crux I have. And I think a lot of people feel that. Well, I don't know if a lot of people feel it, but I think a good amount of people feel that way. But I think also people just want to go in here and just pub stomp and just like knock out like incompetent ass dudes and ladies. And I'm not really about that. I'm good. You can put the toughest dude in front of me. I don't really care. I'll figure it out. Just make sure the connection's good. And for the most part, knock on wood, I've been pretty stable with my connection and the Xbox Series X over here running since like the beginning. They kind of patched it out. I don't all of a sudden just go to like, you know, my system doesn't crash every time I open up a Hellstorm, right? Like, we've kind of passed those days, which is good. That's kind of where I stand with the skill-based matchmaking. I'm not opposed to having it in there, and not against the connection. Like, the connection's got to be the most important factor always. One crux to this whole thing, though, is that gets frustrating me is my teammates. That's like a different beast. I don't really care if the people I'm going against are like the hardest people on earth, but I would like for my teammates to kind of maybe somewhat be kind of competent. Like, I don't know, like they can at least like walk forward. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that never happens. And that's why you have like gameplays like we have today over here, where we just can't win games. Like, period. Like, nobody's going on the hardboard. Nobody goes on the Dawn flag. We've talked about why I think some of that stuff might happen. I think some of it just might be a product of how the scoring system is and what it values and what it doesn't value. Whereas, like, streaks are so much more important than actually capping, like, the objectives. So maybe that kind of hurts. And obviously, you're playing with randos, too. So somebody might be like, hey, man, you're not going on B. Why the hell am I going to go B? I get some of those factors. But it is just a constant bombardment of trash teammates after trash teammates after trash teammates. There's been so many games where I show the final scoreboard and I have like 3 times as many points as the guy that's a second on my team. Or like, which in that case it leads me to believe, it's like, all right, so what were you doing though? Because like I was like getting kills. If you were getting kills, then you should be like up there with me, not like all the way down. But you also weren't playing the objective. So like, where were you at though? Like officially, like what was your plan like of strategy here of life? So I wish that on a more consistent basis, whatever skill-based matchmaking was applied to the people I'm going against was also applied to the people on my team. Because historically, I really never had that many great teammates, and now like I just don't. Like, it's not even like an option. Like before, at least every once in a while I run into somebody. Now it's like a Black Ops 1, you run into maybe like a party all of a sudden that joins up with you, and you're like, all right, cool. Like there's like 4 of us. Like nice. Here, nah, the party's always on the team. Like ain't nobody ever showed up for me. I only get like, you know, the like kid who like never has picked up a controller before kind of thing. That's the only guy I got on my team. So it's a little bit weird, it's a little bit frustrating, and it's frustrating for games like this where like I feel like I play really well and we just don't win. Like and we're not only winning, I think we get smashed by the end of this game. Like it's a little bit odd. Either way, that's kind of my little skill-based matchmaking rant over there. Let's talk about the Milano a little bit over here. I do like the Nuketown with the holiday kind of feel to it. It's you know, it's a little more subdued. It's not like crazy or anything like that, which I think fits it very well. So I do like kind of like that new skin and that new reimagining over here that we have for the time period. The Milano. weapon was interesting, man. I struggled with it at first. I really needed to get like a lot of attachments on it to make it feel like a gun that I wanted to use. But it's pretty damn good, man. I think the biggest strength of it is its hip fire. But ironically, I don't really use it that way. I think if you add more like hip fire, I mean, it comes with already pretty good hip fire to begin with. But if you add like more hip fire stuff to it, you can really just turn it into like a hip fire laser and never aim down sight. But that also means you can only really fight stuff like at really close range kind of thing. You can't really go like long range with it. And I probably play my submachine guns with a longer range than you probably should. But that's just how I like to play with them. So I didn't really go that angle over there. I kind of did as much as I can to help out the range on it and help out the damage on it and the bullet velocity. But this gun is fun, man. This gun's good. I probably still say MP5's better. But I've been using this gun for a while now, and I mean, I put up some really good gameplay with this gun. I think that kind of speaks for itself. Could it be a little bit fluky? Maybe I ran some easier people that day. I don't know, but like it packs a little bit of heat over here, man. And I think it shoots quicker than the MP5. For me personally, I don't have any like statistics on this one, but I think it shoots quicker than MP5. The range is probably somewhere a little bit less than it, but still like effective enough where you can kind of put some kills. I mean, you've been seeing the footage over here. It's nasty and hardcore. I might put up some hardcore gameplay next week, yo. I go to hardcore to get the long shots, and man, I'm always like pleasantly surprised how like well I play hardcore, which is weird. I'll talk about it next week, but it's so weird because historically I've always been trash at hardcore, but like now so I'm like I'm alright at hardcore. So that's kind of my thoughts with Milano, man. Definitely give it a shot. I think it's a really good submachine gun. I'm going now to the AK-47U as I work my way down, getting all the different camos. So I'll let y'all know how that feels. Early impressions of playing with it. It's pretty damn good, yo. I'm not gonna lie. It's got a lot of good range to it. Up close, it's a little, but like it's got a lot of range to it, and it kind of fits my style a little bit well. I honestly, out of all the three ones I've played so far, it's probably the one I've liked the most initially. But we'll see kind of how it goes over there. So I'll leave you guys over here with the rest of this footage, man. As you can see, we're racking up kills left and right. I'm really trying. Oh, one more thing, though, before I let y'all go. The SR-71 here that they have, the Harp. Pretty good. Much shorter time. I would probably like it a little bit longer. And also, it's a little weird sometimes. Like, I don't know if it just lets you know that's, like, only a certain amount of time that goes by or whatever. But every once in a while, like, a spy plane swipe kind of comes through it. And I don't know, that always just throws me off somehow, even though like the stuff's still on there. So that like gets me a little bit confused. But it's great to have like something of the SR-71 advanced UAV thing like back in the game. Like to me, it's like really fun. And it's already been my top streak. And I think I'm probably gonna dump care packages soon and go chopper gunner to go big or go home for some of these. Yeah, I'm a big fan of having the SR-71 type streak back. And, I don't know if the people that I'm playing against are, but I definitely am. All right, enjoy the footage.
We're in the lead. Hardpoint located. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down. Enemy pulse strike incoming. Hardpoint lost. Hostile spy plane established overhead. Hardpoint is secure. We've lost the hardpoint. Hostile counter spy plane established above. We've lost the hardpoint. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint lost. Hardpoint located. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint lost. We're losing this fight. This isn't how we drilled it. Pull it back. Napalm strike inbound. Hostile spy plane established overhead. Time's against us. Bring this home. Hardpoint lost. Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint lost. Hardpoint is secure. Testing hardpoint. Hardpoint located. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Cruise missile inbound. Okay, I'm calling it. All operators proceed to exfil point.
The fuck went wrong?